Hello. Oh, let's see. There we go. I didn't have it set to public. Hi. I finally made it. Day 2. I this morning was thinking about what I wanted to do, and I didn't really want to do anything for this day. It's kind of emotionally draining, I guess, to do this and talk about things. So I was trying to think of something not quite as hard today, and then I don't know, it kind of became that way anyway, but maybe not as much. So anyway, when I'm driving down the road, I see these signs, and in Texas, I don't know about other places if they have them, but they have these big electronic signs that say how many deaths there have been this year on Texas highways. And every time I see that and see the number, I know 2 of them are my girls. I tried to find the Texas number, but I didn't drive down that road today, or I would have seen it. But in 2018, there were 3,639 deaths on Texas highways. There are roughly 10 million people are in car accidents every year. And it's also the leading cause of death for teenagers in America, according to the Centers for Disease Control. Every year, roughly 1.3 million people die in car accidents. That's an average of 3,287 deaths per day. And you know, there's all these deaths, and you think, well, why shouldn't we be able to stop these? Well, sending or reading a text takes your eyes off the road for 5 seconds. And they say that the safest that you can take your eye off the road is 2 seconds. But at 55 miles an hour, that's like driving the entire length of a football field with your eyes closed. I mean, we don't think of it that way because we're going fast and we just think, oh, it doesn't take that long. Distracted driving is the #1 leading cause of car accidents in America. And although we don't know exactly why that lady was driving on the wrong side of the road, she obviously wasn't paying attention. But she was also distracted in general because she, according to the way everything worked, it seems like she drove into Ella's lane, even though the other lane wasn't hers to begin with. So, I mean, she was a distracted driver as well. And I have another friend who lost a little girl a few months ago, and it was definitely from distracted driving. People who text are 23 times more likely to get into an accident. So don't risk your safety or your life or put anybody else's in jeopardy. Put everything down. Pay attention to the road ahead. It's the single most important thing you can do today to reduce your risk of getting into a car accident. But if you're in a car accident, what can save you? Well, I know one thing that can save you. People that are not wearing a seatbelt are 30 times more likely to be ejected from the vehicle during a crash. They are the single most effective means of reducing the risk of death in a crash. It said that 48% of the deaths were not wearing their seatbelt. From the time my girls were born, I was very obsessive about them wearing seatbelts. Much to Robert's chagrin, I was very, very picky about car seats, seatbelts, because my sister was killed in a car accident. And even though the seatbelt was not an issue in that case, I knew that it was a real possibility that car crashes do happen. We didn't even have to ask if the girls were wearing their seatbelts because we knew they were. That's just something that we always do. You get in the car, put your seatbelt on. That's it. Even though the seatbelt broke Sarah's collarbone, broke her sternum, and broke her rib, it saved her life. if Sarah hadn't been wearing her seatbelt, I can't even imagine what it would be like now if we'd lost all 3 girls. I've thought about the what ifs. What if Sarah hadn't called us? How would we even have found out? And even worse, what if she hadn't made it and we'd found out they were all gone? A seatbelt can save your life. And it can save the people that are left behind, that are left without you. Sarah wearing her seatbelt was a gift that has helped us to get through this, because we still have one of our daughters with us. So what can you do to save your life? Well, don't be a distracted driver. Wear your seatbelt. And I also found 5 ways to improve your chances of surviving a car crash. One of these I didn't think about. I actually thought about it after the accident and wished I had thought about it beforehand. So if you would like to improve your chances of your family's chances of surviving a car crash, or you surviving a car crash, shoot me a message and I would love to get those to you. See you again tomorrow.